everybody, in today's video I want to show you all the polishes I wore for the Untried Polish Challenge 2019 for the brands LAColors, the Dance Legend, and also Crowley polishes. I did extend these brands for an extra week because I felt like I didn't get a chance to wear everything I wanted to wear, and I still really didn't. I had a lot of LAColor polishes untried, and I still do have a few, so hopefully this will come back up in the rotation and I'll get some of that other stuff worn as well. I was pleasantly surprised with the LAColors, you guys, and how much I really did like them, especially for being like $1, $2. They performed really well, almost as well as some of my more expensive polishes, you know, like with my Essies and things like that. So I was really happy with that. So let's get into it because I did wear a ton of polish. So the first manicure I wore, I went for the Gusto, guys. I went for all three hashtags, and I really loved the way this came out. These were the three polishes that I ended up using on my first manicure, and oh, it was so pretty. So let's talk about this one first. This is from Hoot, and this is called Cookies and Cream. It's the most gorgeous white Crowley with black matte glitters. This also has like a touch of like a gold shimmer, which I think is really pretty on the nails, and it gives it something a little bit extra. I was dying to have this for polish pickup a few months ago. This doesn't say what month it's from, but it took me a while to wear it because now that I'm on this Untried Polish Challenge, I'm really trying to stick with you guys on the untried polishes, and I don't always get to wear what I want to, you know, immediately. And it's been good because I've been going back to brands that I usually neglect, so that was kind of the purpose of the whole thing anyway. But this was really nice. It got opaque in 2 coats for me, but my nails were shorter when I wore this, so I think it's a 2 to 3 coater depending on nail length and how you apply, you know, how thick your coats are. But so pretty, you guys. I really loved this a lot. Then I used Never Ending from the LAColors Color Last line. This is showing up a little bit more pink on camera than it really is in person. It's a touch more coralish. It's so pretty though, you guys. I really did like this. I picked this up at Walmart, and the other polishes I have like this, the brushes were a little bit kind of rough, and this was the same. They're not cut the straightest, and they are extremely fluffy, which can be hard to use. But I did manage to get this on the nails without making too big of a mess, and the color is so good. It was almost a 1 coater. I did put 2 coats, but so pretty, you guys. I love this pink. I think it's really beautiful. And then I also used Dance Legend Wow Prism Last Serenade, and this is sort of like a pink base with holographics in there. So this is really old. When Colors by the Row stopped selling or stopped like being a stockist for the other polishes, she had a massive clearance, and I picked up a couple of these Dance Legends during that time. Oh my gosh, it was so pretty, you guys. I actually did put a coat of it over this. My dog is going crazy, I apologize. I actually put a coat of this over the LAColors, and I really liked it, but I think this would be fine on its own in 2 to 3 coats as well. So sparkly, so pretty, so just so beautiful, you guys. I loved this combination so much. This is probably one of the favorite manicures I've done throughout the years. So really nice polishes. If you have any of these, I would suggest getting them out and trying them because I was like super excited with all of them. My next combination was these 2 polishes, and I really liked this as well. So this LA Color Craze, this is a LAColors Color Craze. This is called Reckless. It's sort of a cross between a blue and a purple. It was a really beautiful base color for the glitter that I put on top. This also had a great formula, 2 coats to get opaque. The brushes on these are a little bit wonky as well, but this one was kind of thin, which I did like a little bit more, especially for a darker color, so that you can get close to the cuticle without completely flooding it. So I did manage to put this on without making a big mess, and I do think the thin brush did help with that. It's beautiful polish, guys. Great formula, great color. And then this is probably one of my new favorite toppers. This is from their Mermaid Magic collection. I love the caps they put on these two. I think they're so fun. I picked this up at Walmart a while back. And this one is called Shimmer Mist, and this is just a combination of holographic shards, and I love it. I love shard glitter, and I had yet to see shard glitter in a holographic. I hope they come out with this in a gold, because they do have a gold holographic glitter, but it isn't the shards, and it doesn't have the same look as this, like to be to be kind of toppery. It seems like it's more maybe get opaque on its own. I don't know. It doesn't have the same look at this, but I hope they put this out in a gold because I would buy that right up. Great topper, you guys, for $2. If you're like a glitter topper lover like I am, I definitely think you should check this out. It's really pretty. I'm excited to try this over some neons and some brighter colors as well, but this combination kind of reminded me of like a starry night or like fireworks. I don't know. It was super fun though. So fun. Then next up, it was the 4th of July, and I took a break from these hashtags to wear my painted Phalanges America's Sweethearts duo. I was in love with this, you guys. I have a review of this. If I remember, I'll link it down below for you guys. If you are into any type of like festive manicures, this combination is so pretty. I think this works for Christmas and Valentine's Day as well, not necessarily just 4th of July, but these are so beautiful. And this is also beautiful on its own. This is called I Don't Like Bullies. It's a gorgeous sort of grayed out blue with a lot of holographics in there. And then this is a combination of red, white, and silver glitter. There's holographic glitters in there as well. This topper is really nice. It goes on really smooth. One coat of it gives you excellent glitter payoff. This was a 2-coater. I really did like this. So, and then I also did a nail with Wet n Wild Mega Last I Read a Good Book. This was a gift sent to me from Shannon. This was a little bit more jellyish than I was anticipating, but I did think it was really pretty. A very classic shade of red. And then I used a white polish. I couldn't find it. I don't know what happened to it. And over that white polish, I put these star sprinkles from KB Shimmer. This came with my order of the Rainbow Bright polish from a couple of polish pickups ago. And what I did basically is I put the white polish on, and then I put the, kind of sprinkled the glitter and then topped it with a top coat to kind of seal the glitters in. A couple of them did peel off, but it took a couple of days. So I really liked this manicure, you guys. I thought it was super fun. I did throw it on at the last minute, so I didn't get to wear it very long because I put it on the day of 4th of July. But it was really fun, really festive, and really cute. So like I said, if you're into festive and themed manicures, I would definitely check this combo out from Painted Phalanges. Then my next combination was these 2 polishes, and I loved this combination so much as well, you guys. So let's talk about this one first. This is really old. This is from the Color Craze line, and this is called Candy Sprinkles. It's a light pink crowley base with a bunch of different colors and sizes of metallic glitters. This is so beautiful, you guys. And then to get it for like $1 or $2, I don't remember where I got this. I know it's really old. This was actually a dupe of the Deborah Lippmann polish Happy Birthday or Birthday Cake. That was very popular when I first started getting into nails. I only have one Deborah Lippmann polish I got on sale. To me, they're a little pricey. I've never tried them, so I can't say if they're worth it or not. But when I found a $2 dupe, I was like, yes. And then I had it sitting here for years and years, had never worn it, and it's so pretty. It had a great formula, 2 coats to get opaque. The glitters lay flat. You put the top coat. It looks really nice. It is kind of close to skin tone for me, so it was a little bit neutralish looking, but I really enjoyed it. And then this I picked up when they put out the whole mermaid collection a while back. And this one is called Sea Life. And this is a gorgeous bright turquoise polish, and then it has some really beautiful like golden turquoise shimmer. You're not going to be able to see it on camera, I don't think. Let me see if I can get a little bit clearer picture. There you go, that's a little clear. You can sort of see it there. It is apparent on the nail. It gives the nail like a really beautiful kind of like glow and like goldish effect. It's super pretty. 2 to 3 coats to get opaque. My nails were a little longer at this time, so I did do 2 coats, but I think some nails could have benefited from 3 because I had a little bit of like balding around the bottom of the cuticle. So pretty though. For like $2, this is a really beautiful polish, and I loved this combination together so much. Next combination was these 3 polishes because time was running out and I really wanted to get these 3 worn, so I decided to throw them together. And I loved this combination like a lot, you guys. This was a really beautiful combo. So let's talk about the Crowley polish first. This is from Pahlish, and this is called Zecora. And it's a like whitish gray Crowley base with a bunch of iridescent colored flakies. This was so beautiful on the nails, you guys. It had a great formula, 2 coats to get opaque. The flakies lay flat. You put the top coat on, it like kind of makes the flakies a little bit more shimmery. It was really pretty. I really loved this on the nails. I would like to do it as a full manicure just to see how that looks and how I feel about it, but based on what I saw, I really did enjoy it. I got this from Catalina in a polish swap, and it's so beautiful. And then this is another Mermaid Magic polish. I think I picked up most of these a while back when they first came out. And this one is called Mermaid. And this darker greenish blue base with a bunch of just like green shimmer. This sort of reminded me of a Zoya, and I can't even think of the name right now, maybe Charla. I really did enjoy this. I think it had a great formula. It was practically a 1 coater. I did do 2 coats. It was so sparkly. I actually took a video of this manicure, and if I find it again on my phone, I'll stick it in this video because I feel like these polishes needed a video. There was so much going on, so much sparkle, just so much beautifulness. And for $2 to get that, it's just like, oh my gosh, so good. Because I want to say it's Zoya Charla. I don't even know. I'm not super like a big I'm not a big Zoya, know all the names person, but like Zoyas are $9-10, and this was $2, and it did give me a similar look, and I think I actually did like this better. This does stain, so if you do plan to wear it, make sure to put some base coat on, and when you do remove, don't make a mess of your fingers. Kind of just keep the cotton ball on the nail and wipe off. But so beautiful, guys. I think this would be beautiful as a full manicure in the fall or winter too. It's so pretty. And then this is the LAColors Color Last Metallic Finishes. I have another one of these, a green one. It's so pretty. And I decided to pick up this rose gold one because I'm like, I love a good rose gold. I think it's just a really classy polish color. And this one is called Pink Diamond. This is so beautiful, you guys. I like when the metallic finish doesn't have a ton of brush strokes. This does not have that. This could almost have been a 1 coater as well. I did do 2 coats. So pretty, so glowy, just very classy. I felt like on the nail. I may actually pick up a couple of more of these metallic finish polishes to see what I think about them, just because the 2 I've tried are so beautiful. So if you haven't tried any of these, I would pick a couple up and see if you like them, because it's real. The 2 I've tried have been super fun. So that's it for the brands and everything I put on as manicures. Then I did 1 pedicure during this time, and I put on Color Club Poochylicious on my toes. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is such a beautiful polish. Like, the shade of purple is to die for. It has a great formula, 2 coats to get opaque. I love it on the hands, so I thought I'm gonna try this on the toes. So pretty. I'm actually still wearing it right now. It does need to get switched out, not even because anything's wrong with the actual polish, but because like my toes are dry and they need to be, repampered. But this is a gorgeous polish. If you are a purple lover, I think you need this. So freaking beautiful. So that is all the polish talking I'm going to do. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update to my last video where I was telling you a little bit about what's been going on with my anxiety. So if you don't want to hear about that, I would click off now, because that's all this is going to be going forward. The reason I am keeping everyone updated is because I had several of you reach out to me and let me know that you felt like you were having similar issues that were hormone related and things like that, and you wanted to know what they were what they were telling me, and maybe see if that gave you any ideas for things that were going on with you. So basically what ended up happening is I went to a different doctor. I went to see a psychiatrist, and basically the whole point of that was to maybe possibly get me on the medications, because my therapist cannot prescribe medication. So when I went there, we started talking about a lot of what's been going on with me. She's actually a nurse practitioner as well, so she has a lot of like knowledge in just general health, and then she is able to prescribe and do the mental health aspect, and I really am liking that combination of things. Well, basically this is going to be a lot of TMI. Like, if there's any guys watching, you may want to click off too, because it's going to be talking about a lot of women's issues. So basically what I was letting her know is that I had felt like maybe for the last year and a half that I've been having some perimenopausal symptoms. I've been getting hot flashes. I don't get them a lot, but I have had several in the last year and a half. And then I also let her know that so I was taking Trinessa birth control, and then they quit making that altogether. So they prescribed me just another generic version of the orthotricycline. And when I started taking that, I felt like after a few days in, like my anxiety would really, really peak up, like extreme, to almost like an uncontrollable level. When you have anxiety, it's hard to know though, because I can give myself symptoms. If I'm nervous about something, I'll take something and then I'm like, oh, I don't feel good. And then you kind of wonder, like, is it that or is it me? So I had a hard time with that, but I did keep doing it for maybe like 3 months. And it did seem to follow a pattern. That doesn't mean I wasn't giving myself the pattern. But I decided to come off of the birth control pills and see if that would help me like level out my anxiety a little bit. And so I had been taking the Trinessa for several years, maybe 5 or 6 years, and this other one was new, and I just felt like something was off with it. So I stopped taking it. I let my doctor know, and then he wanted to prescribe me a low-dose pill, and I decided just to go cold turkey and see what would happen. What was interesting is when I was on the birth control pills, I was taking them consistently to only get 4 periods a year because my periods had become very, very bad. So about 2 years ago, I'm all over the place, I know, but there's a lot to talk about. So like 2 years ago, I noticed my periods were getting really, really heavy, and very like painful. So basically the first 2 days of my periods were like so heavy, I didn't want to go anywhere. And I didn't want to go anywhere because it was so heavy. Like I was afraid I was going to have an accident. And then also I was in a lot of pain. I would get pain that would start in my back and come to my stomach, like almost like a labor pain. If you all have had labor pains, you know what I'm talking about, how it like travels from the back to the front. And then I would also get pain like on the top part of my legs that would come down a little bit. So it wasn't like a normal just cramp. It was like my whole body from like, my torso to like the top part of my legs was in pain. And I would, put heating pads. I was taking a ton of Midol when I could take caffeine before my anxiety came back. And I was just like, I had to be on top of it. Like if I would let it lapse to where I, maybe didn't have it in my system for a little bit, like I would stand up and it would feel like someone was like stabbing me with a knife, into my belly button, or like stabbing me with a knife, like from the bottom of my stomach up. And it would like, I would even like kind of keel over sometimes, like, oh my God. And, so when I brought that up to my doctor, she decided to do like an exam, and she found something in my uterus that she wasn't sure what it was. So I ended up going for an ultrasound, and I was diagnosed with fibroids 2 years ago. They found 3 fibroids in various sizes. And basically what they told me is that those make your periods, a little more bad. But they're nothing to really worry about. And I would take this medication and have 4 periods a year. And I thought, okay, that's a little more manageable than every month. The 4 periods were still horrid. And I still would be like, oh, before they would come, because I just knew it was going to be torture. But I was like, okay. Then they brought up the idea of an ablation to me. If you guys don't know what that is, I think they put some sort of like hot liquid into your uterus and like burn the lining of it. And that helps you no longer have periods, but it doesn't put you into menopause, I don't believe. But I'm kind of scared, and so I decided against that. And I just kept taking the pills the way it was going, and keeping up with my ibuprofens and all of that stuff. So when I came off of the birth control, my doctor was like, I don't know how your periods are going to be because birth control makes periods lighter. So I was basically like, okay. I was scared, but I'm like, the anxiety is worse, so I'm going to see what happens. Well, when I came off the birth control, my periods actually were lighter, less painful. I went from like 4 really heavy days to maybe like a 8 day, 4 heavy days to like a 7 to 8 day period. That's what I was dealing with. And now I'm down to like maybe 1 heavy day and a 2 to 3 day period, and then some light spotting in between. I do still get extreme cramping, and I still do have to be like on top of my ibuprofens and not let that lapse. But I feel like the bleeding is just a lot less hard to deal with. So to me, that was bizarre. So I mentioned it to this psychiatrist, And she was like, why would they have you on estrogen birth control when you have fibroids? She was like, estrogen feeds the fibroids, and I'm not surprised that you were miserable. Like, your doctor should have never had you doing that. They should have looked at different alternatives for birth control. And that like made me mad, because this doctor had never told me that. He made it seem like if you come off this birth control, you're going to be even worse. And I'm like, this lady's a psychiatrist, first of all, and she knows more about like what's going on cycle wise with me than my own like OBGYN. So that did upset me, first of all. I did get my hormones checked, and they did come back normal, within normal range. But this lady was basically saying like, you're having symptoms. She's a symptom person. Like, she said hormones are really hard to check because they're up and down. Like, you can have a good hormone day, bad hormone day. They fluctuate the whole month depending where you are on your cycle and things like that. So then she also ran some blood work for me that she does for all people that have what she considers to be an anxiety disorder. And basically she was checking my vitamin D levels, a couple of vitamin like B's, I'm not sure the exact ones, my magnesium levels. Then she tested my thyroid with more tests than they usually do for my regular physical, and she checked my iron levels. So my iron levels came back as anemic, and she basically said that she thinks that the extreme periods I've been having pushed me into the anemia. So I looked up symptoms of anemia. Her and I chatted, and anemia can cause a depression, anxiety. And you know what's crazy is I've been telling you guys I can't grow out my nails to save my life lately. Anemia causes brittle nails. I haven't mentioned this to you guys just because, you know, it's not really related to anything that's going on, but my hair has been extremely dry. I feel like I'm losing hair. I actually quit dyeing my hair a while back because I felt like it was falling out, and I thought, well, maybe the dye is doing it. So I had quit dyeing my hair because I was just like, well, I at least want to have hair even if it's white, you know. And so and then my skin has been extremely dry. Like, my legs look like snake skin, and I have to put I put on like tons of oil, tons of lotion, tons of cream just for them to look like not scaly. All of that is also symptoms of anemia. Elevated heart rate is a symptom of anemia. I also get that with my anxiety. So what I'm hoping is, once I get my iron levels in check, some of the things I've been feeling may go down, and then my anxiety may go down with it. That's what I'm hoping for. The psychiatrist does think that my anxiety is a little bit more complicated and not totally connected to the anemia, but she said getting that corrected will help. She also wants me to no longer be on estrogen birth control, and I don't plan to get back on it. So for right now, I'm just trying to get, you know, my general stuff in order before I even look into adding anything else to what's going on with me. And another thing she thought was weird is that my doctor has not reevaluated my fibroids since they were first found. So what she does want me to do is go and get another ultrasound, have them looked at again, because she said they can grow bigger, you can grow more, they can shrink and disappear. But it's good to have, like, you know, a year by year thing of how are they doing. So I have to get that scheduled. And another thing is, I went to see my regular doctor today for the anemia thing, and there's more than one kind of anemia, which I did not know. So they did some more blood work, and they're trying to determine what type of anemia I do have to figure out what I need to do going forward. So I'm waiting to hear the results back from that from her. She also does think it is tied to the heavy periods, but she has to, you know, make sure. And I basically have been instructed to take a women's multivitamin that contains iron. I don't take any kind of multivitamins at all. So I went and picked one up. She also recommended, and I'll post a picture here, some calming magnesium powder. I picked some up at Walmart. And you basically, it's a powder, and you make a drink out of it, and then it's supposedly supposed to help you sleep better, calm nerves, and also if you have like issues going to the bathroom, it should help with that. Hopefully it doesn't like push it over and then I have those problems too. But so I did pick that up, but with my anxiety I have a hard time taking things. I try to be very natural. I don't take really hardly any medications whatsoever. Like, I take ibuprofen, sometimes some allergy pills, and that's about it. So taking the multivitamins it's so weird. Like, I kind of think, well, what if what's in here makes me sick, or what if what's in here gives me some sort of reaction, or what if I'm allergic to it? And so it takes a lot for me to like work it up and just be like, all right, take it. And right now I'm at this point where I have to do this because I have to bring my iron levels up. So that's kind of where everything stands right now. I know that was like a lot to talk about, but I'm hoping that this helps you guys. If you feel like you're going through similar things. I definitely feel like my OBGYN has been a little bit dismissive of what's been going on with me since my numbers come in, you know, within range. And it's kind of just like, well, you should deal with it type thing. And I get that. I mean, everybody goes through this, but I feel like maybe there's more they could look at. You know, when my doctor told me, like, you shouldn't have even been on that birth control, like, I was literally miserable for 2 years out of my life. I would miss parties. I would miss a lot of things because I was just so uncomfortable to leave my house because I felt miserable. And it's like, you know, this whole time, you could have told me that. Why didn't you tell me that? And it really did bother me, and it really did make me feel, like I say, dismissed. So I'm continuing on trying to, you know, just figure out what's going on with me. I feel like everything is very connected, and I'm really coming to the conclusion of that. I am coming to the conclusion of that. The psychiatrist did prescribe me a medication, but I have not taken it yet. I kind of feel like I want to give this a chance and see what's going to happen since I am so scared of taking those medications. So that's kind of where I am there. I have been feeling better the last couple of weeks. I feel like I've pulled myself out of that funk I was in, and I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like my anxiety's been at a more manageable level, and I feel like I'm just trying to go with the flow of all of this, of what's been coming up. So that's it, you guys. That's what's been going on with me. Another thing, I've been breaking out like crazy, and it's all here since I quit my birth control. And my doctor did say that that could also be hormonal. So they're just kind of trying to figure out what's the best course of action for me going forward. I think they all do wish I would just get on the medication, and that may solve a lot of my problems, but I'm just very reluctant. So I feel like I'm going to try and with diet and, you know, whatever they recommend to bring my iron levels up and see if that helps me to feel better. Hopefully I can grow my nails out after this. So there's a lot coming down the road. I'm just trying to go with the flow with all of it, and just trying to slow down and take care of myself a little bit better. Have time to do what I need to do, and not be too hard on myself for when I'm having my bad days. That's been kind of what I've been trying to focus on, working on things I do enjoy, and, you know, not judging myself so harshly for feeling bad or not being able to do things that I want to do right now. So we'll see what happens. If you guys have any more questions with what's been going on, just leave me a comment down below, or you can always private message me on Instagram. I'm more than happy to chit chat with you guys about this kind of stuff. I know how hard it can be to feel like you're alone going through all these things and like what's going on with my body. I literally told my doctor today, like, 39 and a half, and it's like all falling apart right now. That's the way I feel. I just turned 40, and you know, my mom has talked a lot about this with me. She had a very hard time going into menopause for probably like 8 years. My sister doesn't have similar issues, but she's a lot younger than I am. So, you know, I don't know if she's like necessarily in that age frame for it yet. But it's all just like a very strange thing, you know, to go from what you know and how your body is, and then all these changes start coming, and you're just like, what's going on? And, you know, then you talk to your doctor, and they're kind of like, well, there's nothing going on as far as the numbers go. And so it's been a frustrating process, but I just keep praying that I'm going to find the answers, and I feel like God is pointing me in the right direction, because a lot has come up in the last week, as far as just things to do, things to get looked at. I had no idea I was anemic, so I feel like He's leading me in the right direction. And that's it. If you guys like this video, please make sure to click the like button down below. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. And thanks you guys for watching. I will see you all in the next video. I hope you're having an amazing evening. Bye.